Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most anticipated late night television experience. It's the Black Table, and of course, as you know, it is the ultimate men's guide. Tonight, we've got quite a show for you, but remember, I do not do this alone because I have a cast of extinguished, distinguished, exceptional gentlemen, and I'm going to be introducing them one at a time. Of course, to my right is the phenomenal, should I say, relationship marriage coach?
Yes, sir.
Andre Ogwewele.
Thank
Special
you.
man who gives us, the right type of advice and guidance. Lovely to see you. It's been a minute though.
Oh yes, it has actually. It has, but everyone has been busy. But here we are again. To help y'all become better individuals. Yeah.
Anyway, it's lovely to have you on the show. And of course, to my left is the man we call the eighth wonder of the world. Miles of the...
Is it showing?
Yeah. So, Miles, how's your OnlyFans page?
It's so sad. Like our subscribers, we lost subscribers last week, and that money is not being made. I think I need to improve. I don't know what. I think I'm doing something wrong, but
You are definitely doing something wrong.
But I'll get there. I'll get there.
Yeah, of course. Lovely to have you. Hope you've had a beautiful week.
Beautiful. Yeah, traffic in Lagos.
Oh, bro, we'll talk about that one later. And of course, the most faithful man in Lagos,
That's me.
Portugal, to the specific. Lagos. Amazing man, filled with wisdom and wits. Of course, the Tien Gang.
Guys, cheers.
Yes, cheers.
How's
And
it
gang,
going?
we need to cheers to something together.
To what?
We're on top of the table.
Yeah, so
All right.
Yeah, we're on top of the table, yes.
football fans know what that
Yes.
means.
Mouse has no idea, but
He has no idea. I was lost for a minute, but now I get it.
No, but
Anyways,
he gets it. He gets it. Now. He gets it.
Now I do get it.
I mean, so the week has been so beautiful until yesterday. I was in traffic for about 7 hours, and I really don't understand.
Traffic.
Yes.
Where were
yes.
you going to? Where were you coming from?
For this week, not just but yesterday was.
Yeah, but yesterday was, for me, that was the only experience I had. I left the island to go to the mainland and spent 3 hours. And I think I left around 3, just got to the, around that time. Anyways, 3 hours. And then on my way back, I spent 4 hours. Oshodi was blocked. It was a standstill. So I had to just follow some people going through some routes. Then I turned on my Google Maps. And that was what saved me after 4 hours. If I'd just stayed put and I just, go like whatever it's going to move, I probably would have been there till midnight.
Yo.
So that wasn't a good experience.
It was crazy. I heard there was an accident that had happened somewhere, so it just created a whole gridlock. That just locked up because there were some dead bodies were not being moved, so cars couldn't pass.
Bodies.
Yeah, so some lives were lost. That was what caused some of the traffic. And you know how Lagos is.
People
one
are not
thing
patient. Yeah.
spills over to another because of our own impatience and what happens. So going to the mainland yesterday was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Thank God people like myself didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Plus the rain. Don't forget
the rain.
And
Yeah.
rain
Oh yeah, and when it rains in Lagos,
Yeah,
it falls. When it
it's-
rains, it does fall.
Anyways, we are going to be raining men and wisdom.
Clack it
nice,
too.
But
nice.
we'll take a
Clock
quick
it too.
break. When we return, we'll dive into the
It's
first...
something else. I don't know. I just clock it.
We'll dive into the first quick fire. See you right after the short break. All right, welcome back. It's still the Black Table. On every edition of the Black Table now, we have a woman who joins us via Zoom or any other online platform. And we have a special lady joining us tonight.
Her name is Rena. Rena.
Okay, calm down. We know you know Rena. We know you know Rena.
Rena.
Fine, Rena. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
He's done the introduction. Anyways, Rena is going to be joining us in a bit. And then we'll be breaking down some of the conversations we're going to be having on the table. So today, let's start with China. China has mandated that influencers hold a degree in topics they choose to discuss. And I think it's very important that we dive into this, because in this part of the world, everyone seems to be an expert, especially the guys on X, whereby they're always, Googling and, doing all sorts of stuff, just trying to drive conversations while they're not experts. Now, Andre, I'm going to ask you, because you are an expert in a particular field.
Yeah.
Do you think the Chinese government are going too far? Or do you think that this is very reasonable and it's a page that can be taken by other nations?
Well, for me, I think it's a right step in the right direction, because you can't have, see my field for instance, you can't have someone who knows literally nothing about it giving advice about relationships or marriage. It really doesn't make any sense, right? In short, you have more fallouts than positives. Okay. So them stating that influencers talking about a specific topic, you must at least hold a degree or a certification in that topic or on that topic, then it makes more sense. It makes more sense.
So that's a yes, you agree that that's the right thing.
Yeah, as long as it's not extreme.
Okay, all right. And it's not some form of
trying to shut down
of the people.
Free speech. Shutting down free speech.
You've been doing radio for donkey years. And you and I, we've done a few trainings with students before, and no matter what we do, I still don't know what you do in terms of the capacity. No, don't get me wrong. In terms of the capacity, because when you teach, I listen, I learn, but no matter how many times I listen to you, I still can't replicate it. Yeah. So do you agree that when it comes to social media, because this is really more socials rather than something firm and serious, do you think this is necessary?
Well, it's a form of policing, and it's almost, to an extent, I don't want to say it's a form of an attack on free speech, because when you talk about certification, you have certification, and then you have people that have experience that might not be paper certified. You get me? So, like in the profession that we're doing, that you said we've been doing it for so many years, what certification do we have that says we can teach people, like I can teach people radio? My experience gives me that certification.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So the problem now is it's also based on what those influencers are talking about.
Yeah.
That's another area to look at. So now, what is the penalty if you're not certified and you talk about those things? I mean, China can take things to certain extremes. So I support it to an extent, because a lot of people are just gullible and they take information from just anybody.
Yes.
But that is the reason why sometimes people put out disclaimers before, like I've seen certain podcasts, certain discussions whereby they start off by putting on disclaimers and tell you that the people that are giving you this information are of this.
Yeah, but see, those are people who are knowledgeable. Like, on socials, we know you can find all sorts right now. People giving terrible advice.
Exactly.
So I kind of understand why that should happen. But like I said, as long as it's not extreme. So things like that need to be mitigated.
All right, Miles, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, cool. So China said influencers. Who are influencers? People who are well known, probably celebrities. But they don't necessarily have the certification like Gang said. So if I'm an influencer, I can just tell anybody, like, please, I use XYZ toothpaste. It works for me.
That's giving an opinion.
Buy it. Right? Doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, I know about this. I'm a dentist. I understand why you should take this or not take this. So if they are influencers, a lot of people are influencers right now. So are you telling me that now that a Davido can't advertise a certain kind of drink because he didn't make it, or he doesn't?
Hearing the mistake, right? From what he stated, right? When you are discussing certain topics, giving an opinion about an item or a situation is a different ballgame.
But that's some form of endorsement.
Pella discusses almost everything, and he knows almost nothing about it.
But does that make it right? So, like, in what context? When you look at Pella, I think he can be funny. Maybe not all the time, but he can be funny. So, and I feel most of his followers understand the type of conversations he's pushing out there.
Hopefully.
But then when you really think about what influencers do, they influence and they shape people's minds and
decisions.
So that's where the fear comes from, because human beings are so gullible that's why you've seen messages when people say, don't let your parents see this on WhatsApp, because some people just believe whatever it is they get. But now the problem here is that there's some influencers that they know they're doing a parody, a mockery of certain things.
Yeah.
They know that they're giving you fake stuff,
Yes.
but that is their character. Some people might come from a skit or a comic way to just tell you, and they expect you as a normal human being to know that this isn't real.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't believe us. We're telling you trash. But there's some people that whatever they get from the media is real to them.
Exactly.
So that's the fear. A lot of people just take things as they see it and just believe it's either the end of the world or this person told me to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
So people need to be held responsible for their actions.
Yeah,
so I get where they're coming from this, but it's a thin line between
Yes, it
freedom
is.
of speech and how you
policing.
And
Yeah.
policing, yeah.
Okay, thank you, gang, for that. On this note, we take a quick break, and when we return, the Black Table continues. Welcome back. So, joining us on the Black Table this evening is Senator Ned. Oh, okay, sorry. There's a man at the bar now here. His name. It looks like a senator. You know, this really looks interesting. Yin
Black
and
and
yang.
Yeah.
That's my man.
Angel,
It doesn't always work
Angel
that way.
Papa and God.
You know he doesn't work that way, sir. He doesn't work that
it doesn't work that way.
Of course, ladies and gentlemen, the navigator, Deck Himafidon.
All right, good evening, Lagos. Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate you guys. And I apologize to the house and my producer, by the way. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing? That's actually beautiful, everyone.
Anyways,
Vote for me.
At this point, we'll do a substitution.
Okay, come and
Yes.
take your seat.
Oh, sorry, sir.
But
make
first,
sure
but first, your punishment is that you stand there for about a minute.
minute.
While Miles here takes off his
See
microphone.
what the men of the black people are doing to me.
bullying me. We want everyone to see.
We need to, producer, sir, we need to talk
God, that's why
about
we
bullying
Agbada will
next
see.
week.
See.
We need to do
There's only
bullying
one thing
next
I want
week.
to say. There's only one thing I want to say.
Yes.
Which is, you see, this guy, he travels around the world. He's never late to the airport. Wait, calm down. I want to cast you.
Why you doing
Make I
like
cast you.
It's too late, man.
But he's late. He's late
off
to
the
today.
mic now? Why you doing like this?
But they come black table, they
When
come.
come like say I be like senator, true.
See this guy.
Like
Okay, at this point,
He go
we
fit
will
me.
vote for you.
you go feel free.
I'm not sit down. I beg.
Thank you, sir. Sorry.
If you do anyhow,
the black table, sir.
if you do anyhow here,
Yeah, that's why
you
it's
see
the black
anyhow.
table now. We're being real. You came late, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she
You
said.
guys are
But-
supposed to be helping me. What?
Oh,
what's
God,
going on?
sit.
But
We help
Miles,
you. We help you.
thank you. All right, bye, 8 Wonder. Anyways, thank you
never
very
do
much,
that to
Miles,
you, Miles.
for being a sports about it, and of
Yeah.
course, Deck.
Thank you so much for
I want to say some things, but you really look good.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
That's interesting. I mean, sometimes I think I should actually dress like this so that people know that I'm not a irresponsible gentleman.
In fact,
You know.
you've challenged me. Next week, I'm going to wear agbada.
Washiri. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes.
Okay.
In fact,
Let's do this.
everybody should wear
What's the
agbada.
big
I'm trying to imagine.
Yeah, let's
Everybody
do that.
should wear agbada.
Yes,
Andre,
I'll give you guys
myself,
another color of
Deck,
Agbada.
and of
next
course,
week.
gang.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Yes,
Let's do that.
We can do it.
Agbada P.
So they can call of us Yoruba demons.
Ah.
The only funny thing is that I'm the only Yoruba person here. Anyways,
I'm a Yoruba person. What I think?
you be.
No, I mean
you are confused. They are
no.
confused.
My mom is actually Lagosian. I've
I
said
know,
this several
I
times.
know.
Okay.
This is political ambition we are talking about. Let's be
That's your
saying
mom.
it so that they can know.
Uncle, that's your mom now.
That's your mom.
Yes,
bro.
but I am actually from Lagos, from Ojo.
No,
No, your
Where's
dad
your
is-
dad from?
Where's your dad from?
My dad is also from kind of Lagos.
Kind of.
Kind of, yes,
Lagos.
kind of. But I mean,
So you're kind
my
of
dad
Lagosian.
support
So now let me not bust
political-
your mind, right? My dad is actually from the Yoruba speaking part of Benin. Did you know that there was a Yoruba part of Benin?
You don't have to tell us. We know
Yeah,
about
so
it,
that's
yes?
Benin.
Yeah, so just so you know,
So you're from Benin.
that is the area of
That's-
Benin that was in Lagos.
Okay. But it was found in Benin. Okay, so
But
you're
I'm a Benin
Benin.
person. I'm very proud to be a Benin boy. So all those songs that people are saying, yes, I'm a Benin boy. I'm from Edo State, Usain to be precise,
Okay.
and I'm also from Ojo.
So you
Lagos.
should be proud. I'm from Edo State also. So yeah.
At this
Oh, yeah.
point,
Frat boys.
Our language different. Small.
Oh, different, small.
at this
West
point, I will just say Gang and I were citizens of the world. And then we'll get on to our second quick fire tonight, which has to do with Senator Ned Nwoko, that
Okay.
says men should marry more than one wife, stating that he pities men with one wife. And of course, this got everyone talking. giving different opinions and all of that. I know what you say, so I will start with you.
Exactly.
I'm going to start with Dek, who just joined us. Dek, do you agree with what the senator said?
I had a conversation with a friend of mine who lives in the United Kingdom over the week, and this guy was talking about the fact that, dude, you can literally do absolutely anything you want. You can have children here, you can have children there, as long as you are responsible for them, you can do that.
Okay.
And this guy kept going on and on and on about this, and I didn't understand why he was very comfortable doing that. Now, this is somebody who actually has a child with a lady in Nigeria, has a child with a lady in Ireland, and has impregnated another white girl in the UK.
He's talking from experience.
So he's talking from his understanding.
Experience, no, not understanding. No, experience is different from understanding.
I get it. I'm trying not to say that he's from experience, because I'm just, and I'll tell you why I'm starting from here. Because it is so shocking to me that he can be comfortable saying something like that when he knows that it is very intricate for him to be in that position. So why would you think that that's okay for you to, for it to be an advice that you would give to someone like me, who is literally begging God, please, this small marriage that I have, help me keep it. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then you're saying that to me. Now, let me relate it to this whole Nwoko matter. You see, what you must understand about marriage is like a type of water that works for a specific type of body. What that means is simple. So for some people, if you drink dirty water, it goes well with you.
Okay.
Some people, if you take clean water that has just a little bit of, sediment in it, it will affect them. For some people, if they take clean water, they will be okay. For some people, if you drink small contaminated water, it is finished.
Okay.
So it is important to understand that what works for Nwoko may not work for Olamide.
Okay.
No, it will not work for me.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But what you must also understand is that it varies. Because Olamide, if you have the kind of money that Nwoko has, it might work for you.
Well,
just at the same time, if you have that kind of money, it also might not even work for you as well. And so what you must understand is that, a lot of people who come out and say that, if you marry different, like we marry multiple amounts of women, and that would invariably give you peace. He's speaking from what he thinks is right.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So the question is, do you think
I don't feel like marrying 3-4 wives would make me better.
Okay. So
no, I don't agree. I don't agree to that.
I'm going to come to Andre after I ask Gang what his thoughts are.
That's fine. That's
because
fine.
I know where Andre is going to come from, and I have a few questions I want to ask you too.
Let's go.
Okay, so Gang, what are your thoughts over this?
I've noticed a lot of things. It's clear that when certain men feel they've reached a certain point or status in their life, and like what you were saying, in terms of their influential, financially, they're sound and whatever, they can make these kind of remarks when they've messed up because they are men. And they speak from a blind perspective because usually when the tables are turned, you don't feel your woman should be able to
do the same thing.
Have multiple things here and there. It's funny, I saw a reel during the week that said smart men don't get married. That's another story for another day.
That's another angle.
Do you understand? But the fact that you want people, I think people don't understand marriage and what's in it, so they just do trial and error, get into it, now find out that this thing isn't working in a certain way, and find ways to modify it to suit them.
Okay.
If that makes sense. If you study marriage, if you understand what marriage is about, you would know that you cannot introduce third parties. You know that is even more stress for a man.
Parties, like a threesome?
Like an extra wife.
An extra
Like
wife, an extra
wife.
person.
Oh, you should have been which third party?
Third party.
So that's it. So if you read, so here's the funny thing: a lot of people get into these things and try to modify it, like he said, modify it in ways that works for them.
Exactly.
Do you understand? And here's the funny thing:
they customize it.
And I've interviewed people. I've interviewed second wives. I've interviewed people that had the potential to be second wives, and nobody wants to be a second wife. Do you understand?
Okay.
A lot of men don't even want to have second wives. It's when certain things present themselves that they now
find themselves in that position.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. I think
So, but
what you've
I
landed was
disagree
very
totally with
important.
what he's saying.
Yeah. Okay. So now to you, it's your field, it's your territory.
Yeah.
But I want to start by asking you that: is there anywhere in the Bible?
Yeah.
Because I want to start from that point. Then we can now go to what we do traditionally in this part of the world.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere in the Bible that states that a man should be with one woman as husband and wife?
The Bible says it all the time. Constantly. Man, woman, a man shall leave his
Father
parents
and his mother.
and
they will
cleave
cleave
to-
to his wife, not wives.
not his girlfriend,
Yes,
not
but
wives.
in the same Bible, but in the same Bible,
Yeah.
a lot of the important.
Now you're talking the Old
You
Testament.
see, that's it. I
See,
don't want us
you're
to.
talking about,
but
no,
it's still the Bible.
But that's what it is. See,
It's still the Bible.
yes, but you see, the repercussion of that singular act is one of the things we're facing today. So there's always a repercussion for everything. You marrying more than one wife, feeling that you have peace, but they never have peace.
But we don't know that.
They
Ned
really?
seems to be
Ned has
enjoying.
peace.
Yes,
He does?
Like wife number
With-
one is not working. He
With
goes
the,
to
with
two.
the
So he's not working,
controversy
goes to
that
three.
is going on, he has peace.
Yeah,
you
but
never
you
have
heard the man.
peace.
You heard the man. He says like he pities men who have just because there has to be balance. That's
You
what
see,
that's
he's
what
trying
he said,
to
there has
see,
be
he's trying
balance.
to justify
Yeah.
what he's doing. That's it. They call it an entitlement mentality, right? When it comes to infidelity recovery, right?
But when do women take accountability for this? Because
How?
because
how,
yes,
how do you
because
mean?
he's married to 4 women, I believe.
Yeah, and they all agreed.
And they all agreed to it. So the only person that I can really excuse from this is the first wife, and every other person who has agreed to be with him.
No, you can't excuse the first wife. Actually,
Why not?
is she still married to him? Is she? Then you can't excuse her.
Why not?
Because she chose to stay.
She chose to stay.
Yeah.
So you said she shouldn't stay?
Yes, she should not stay.
Why not?
Union between a man and a woman, not a third party.
Yeah.
He brings in a third party.
Yeah.
Then a
Now-
fourth.
And then a fourth.
Then a fifth.
And then a fifth.
So my question now,
So the
just going to be
va-
different.
the
So
vow-
what if she shouldn't stay? What should she do? Because
Get a divorce.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing. Biblically, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
If she chooses not to stay,
Yeah, she has every right to.
can she remarry
Yes, she can.
as long as her husband is still alive?
As long as she divorces him. There's a divorce.
Finalizes the
Yeah.
divorce.
Once there's a divorce, she can remarry.
Okay, so we've talked about Christianity. Let's talk about the Islamic religion that also,
Allows it.
allows for a man to take multiple wives as long as he can love them equally
Can I?
and take
Yeah,
care
yeah,
of
sure.
them. Yes, please go ahead.
So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I'm quite familiar with the whole Islamic religion, and my wife's father was actually Muslim.
Okay.
But my wife was actually Muslim. Her surname used to be Ibrahim. And
So you say was, so she's a
well,
Christian
she's
now.
a Christian now.
Okay,
yeah.
she converted to your religion.
So the thing is, she didn't convert because her mom was actually a Christian. So she
Oh.
grew up as a Christian,
And a
but she
Muslim.
had to do the wulimon and all of that
course.
for the father. Now, my wife's dad had just one wife. He never married another wife,
Okay.
but he had.
Yeah, contemplating if to say certain things.
Trying to pick it up. Before you joined, we said the slogan for today is, mind your language.
Yeah,
At this
mind
point,
your
we're
language.
throwing-
Mind
So,
your language.
Just
So
say,
okay, you know what?
No, just
it's
skip-
not
just skip
it's
that.
not in my place to say, but I mean, like
It's in your place. You had extra
you
marital-
planted
he
the
actually
seeds
did
elsewhere.
So
Yes, I simplified it.
He played in the local league and Champions League.
you know what I'm saying? You know what? Let me just talk about what I
Exactly,
want to
yeah.
say. So the thing is this, right? So in Islam, right? A lot of the time people say that Islam allows you to marry several wives, but they leave out the clause that says that you must treat and love
Love
those
them
wives
equally. Yeah.
And that's never the case.
It cannot. You can't. How do you want to love people?
But let me
can't.
ask you this
You can't.
question.
You can't.
You know what? And the reason I want to ask you, do you love children equally? if that's a yes, it's possible for a man
Well,
to
I don't
love.
have multiple children, so I
Oh,
don't
No,
know if
I'm
not
just
thinking-
actually. You don't know about the ones outside, but
actually,
it's
you
fine.
do. actually, you do. Because you have a favorite, right? Doesn't mean you love the other one lesser.
less.
Exactly.
So
So
thank
that's
you.
so that's why I wanted to come
exactly.
from.
misconception
I
a lot
wanted
of
to come
people
from
have.
the fact that even with siblings,
Yeah.
even with your parents, you love your father in a different capacity than you love your mother. but you love
Exactly.
them
So isn't
both.
it possible for a man to love multiple women and have those?
It's possible, but the society doesn't allow us to do that.
Why?
No,
The society.
but herein lies
Men is
the
married
thing.
to 4 women.
No, but herein lies the thing, right? When it comes to marriage, the union between party A and B, you can't love C the way you love B. It's
not possible.
impossible.
Okay, so before we go on a break,
But
it's
can you
a
love
no
C
to
more?
you. It's a no to
Yeah.
you. No
Yeah.
4 wives. No to you.
Yeah.
No to you.
Yeah.
No
It's
to
a
you.
huge no.
It's a yes to me. Men should marry multiple wives if they can. If
But it's
they can
actually
afford it.
important. See, I like the fact that you said what you said, because what you see, we need to be very balanced in our opinions on
Yeah.
the table.
Okay.
Because like I said,
If it
what
works for you, it works for you,
may not work for me, and what works for me might not work for you.
Yeah, and
The
I can-
truth is,
I can say this
some
because-
people it works for them. That's the truth.
My grandfather had many
but herein
wives
lies the thing.
and he lived long enough,
Because it
so-
works for you, does it make it right? See,
Okay,
you
so
see,
the thing-
now we've thrown away when it comes to morals and things like
I
that.
don't-
So the
yeah, it
question,
works for me,
the question was not.
can take
the
it.
question was not whether it's right. The question was, Ned has said that men should marry multiple wives.
so that he can have backup. So that when he's
but
being
you know what,
accused,
we'll go on a break now.
Okay.
But I just want to say this: traditionally, before the introduction of the Islamic religion
Yeah.
and Christianity, there were many cultures in Africa, in Nigeria, where men took multiple wives based on their capacity, based on their wealth, and based on their title. At this point, I'm not going to argue anymore. We're just going to go on a quick break. When we return, we are going to be talking about something a bit tragic, something a bit sad, and hopefully on the table we'll be able to discuss it and give light to it. All right, see you right after the short break.